What are some little-known relationship green flags?
I feel like there are a lot of detailed examples that mostly boil down to two things: empathy and emotional maturity.
I suspect they also intentionally alter routes to take you past sponsors' storefronts. The ability to coexist in calm, comfortable silence.
A friend of mine once said, "When silence is not cringe, the friendship is real."
Squirrels are totally addicted to the adrenaline rush they get from running in front of.
Absolutely. During the beginning of our relationship, whenever my partner and I would argue, he would try to hold my hand, rub my arm, or hug me as we talked. When I'm wound up, I feel like I need space to think. Physical space. So I would always push him away. We'd always get to a point in our arguments where he would just shut down or walk out of the apartment. And I couldn't figure out why. I thought that he just didn't care enough to talk things out with me. Finally, I learned that physical touch is a big part of his love language. And that was what he needed during or after our fights to feel emotionally connected with me. Since then, when one of us gets upset, we hold hands and talk things out. It's a small, simple thing, but it has made a huge difference in our relationship.
This one time, my boyfriend and I were having an argument that we couldn't find a solution to, and we had easily spent over half an hour thoroughly discussing it, trying to figure things out. In the end, we basically came to the conclusion that we just weren't going to find a solution at that moment. I joked, saying, "We so rarely have problems that we don't even know how to fix it when we do have one," and he laughed and responded with, "We'll circle back and deal with it the next time it happens." It hasn't happened since, and we're going on 3 years strong. We both couldn't be more in love. Edit. My boyfriend's jokingly upset. He said he wants his share of the karma. Thanks for the upvotes, everyone.
Honesty. Genuine interest in each other's hobbies. You don't have to do them, but at least support them. Strong communication. You feel like you're spending time with your best friend, except you also feel a romantic connection.
You don't feel like they are playing games. Communication is direct, and you don't feel overly nervous about what you should or shouldn't do or say, and you're not worried about what they do or don't do or say. Some butterflies are normal, of course. Edit. To clarify, my point here is that it's possible to meet someone with whom, right from the beginning, you're not overly concerned about your interactions. You don't have to think too much about what to text them or when. Same with calls. They don't leave you wondering when they will respond or what a delayed reply might mean. They don't say or do cryptic things that you have to go home and analyze with a panel of friends. This is not to say that, in the beginning, you shouldn't take care to be on your best behavior and avoid oversharing. This is not game playing. It's being considerate.
Cheesy but true. Communication in a relationship is like cell phone service. Lose it, and you start playing games.
No matter how angry you are at one another, you will still go out of your way, or they will go out of theirs to help. I'll be really upset, but I'll angrily make my wife her favorite dinner even though I don't want to eat. No matter how angry we are at one another, it usually only lasts a short period of time. We will never sabotage or try to teach each other a lesson. Many times it ends up with both of us apologizing. Arguing and getting angry is just part of a relationship and unavoidable. It is how you deal with it that sets a healthy relationship apart from a bad one. There is never any harm in telling someone you love them.
I drink a lot of water, and sometimes my boyfriend would stay until late and I would fall asleep. Before leaving, he always made sure I had a full glass of water on my nightstand in case I woke up thirsty. It's always the small details. Edit. I drink a healthy amount of water. Thank you for your concern, LOL.
When your SO takes criticism from you seriously without immediately trying to turn it back on you. If the converse is also true, you two stand a great chance of going the distance.
I think it's important to realize that this is where you can be right out of the gate, or it's somewhere you can get to. My wife reacts very poorly to criticism, not because she can't stand having flaws in her behavior pointed out, but because she feels that when I criticize her actions, I'm telling her that she's worthless, and in a day or two, I'll be telling her to move out. That's a direct effect of her upbringing. And what's important is that she recognizes the issue for what it is, and we talk about it. It's made us so much better.
Listening to you and remembering the things you've said. Back when my boyfriend and I started dating, he'd sometimes bring up things I'd said before. For example, my favorite foods, candies, etc. It made me super happy, and I could tell he genuinely cared.
I'm so bad at remembering details like this. I've started to record them on my phone for friends and partners, and it allows me to be so much more thoughtful. For example, a friend of mine mentioned that 2 of her favorite desserts were cannoli and cake. So for her birthday, I made her a cannoli cake. She was so touched and didn't remember saying it, so it came across as very insightful, haha. ETA. I'm glad that my most upvoted comment is about my most fiercely kept secret in my friendships, haha. Hopefully it helps all of you out.
My ex once tagged me in a post about a strawberry shortcake birthday cake. She forgot about it, and nobody had ever done anything nice for her, so she was blown away when I bought one for her birthday almost a full year later. A few months after that, she was eating a maple bar donut and casually mentioned she wished she could have a whole maple donut cake. So the next year on her birthday, I took the day off work, and when she came home, I had baked a whole maple donut cake. I'm not a baker, but that cake turned out amazing. Of course, she still thought I didn't love her because I never did anything for her. She said that kind of stuff was baseline relationship behavior, and that I never went above and beyond. She was so emotionally hurt that she couldn't accept being loved.
Active listening. Not just being there while you talk, actually giving opinions, advice if asked for, and generally caring for the conversation. Bonus. Active listening during an argument. Not trying to win, but trying to resolve the problem.
This is super important, but also the polar opposite is important. Being able to comfortably sit together in complete silence for prolonged periods is a good green flag.
In a C and mighty comment, this is what I like to see. Everyone acting like they have unlimited income to pay off all their CC debt and have 1A in savings. This is real life.
Your partner does things for you without asking and remembers little details. For example, I like eating with a fruit fork, the smaller version of the dinner fork. I actually searched that since our family calls them the little forks LOL. Anyway, my partner remembers this and will grab it for me when we're serving food. Another good one is they make you feel appreciated. Edit, it may be a cake fork or salad fork.
OMG, same here. My fiance always grabs me the little forks, or as I like to call them, normal forks. She prefers the monster forks. Regardless, it's such a simple, nothing gesture that shows she's listening and she cares. Marrying that wonderful person this Saturday. Edit, been working all day and just checked in. Thank you all for the well wishes. We are super excited. Not the wedding we had envisioned when we got engaged, but it's going to be perfect.
It's a pretty convoluted story, but I was dating a guy, had to drive his car to get him from a situation, and wrecked his car due to mechanical failure, and called my mom to come get me so we could go get him. Rescued him. Then had to tell him I'd wrecked his car. His first question, "Are you okay?" My mom overheard. "That one's a keeper."
Able to forgive mistakes. Early in our relationship, I accidentally backed my car into my fiance's car while coming out of the driveway. I definitely did damage. I immediately started freaking out and crying, and he just calmly got out of his car, came up to mine and asked if I was okay. He got me to calm down and said it was fine. It was just an accident. He never made me feel bad about it. He called it our little bump to my friends to minimize my embarrassment. We laugh about it to this day. Side note, his dad, who works with cars, fixed his car for him at no cost. Edit, no. He did not have any way of knowing his dad would or could fix the car. His father is not a mechanic. His father knows a mechanic. His father didn't bring up fixing the car until several months later.
Want more content like this? Tell me in the comments.